Howdy, and welcome to ETH Zurich, Swiss Seismological Service. Earthquake country Switzerland, earthquakes in the Alps. The Swiss Seismological Service (SED) has operating a digital network of seismic stations since 1975. The majority of the recorded earthquakes take place in the Swiss Alps, especially in Valais and Grison. Seismic activity is also particularly high in the northern foothills of the Alps, in central Switzerland and the Jura and Basel regions. So it's basically whole Switzerland. Not really, but anyway. Earthquakes occur at markedly different depths within the Alps and in the regions north of it. Earthquakes in the northern foothills of the Jura occur throughout the entire crust of the Earth down to the Moho, the boundary between the crust and the mantle. Outside the Alps, a depth of about 30 kilometers. On the other hand, seismic activity underneath the Alps is limited to the upper part of the crust. Here, quakes occur to depths of 20 kilometers, only while the Moho reaches a depth of more than 50 kilometers. Earthquakes in the Alps, we have to watch, particularly at this region. And here you can see the depths of the quakes. And that's some drawing of how it is underneath, they think. The largest earthquakes in the Alps. As a result of plate collisions, strong earthquakes have occurred in the Alps and their surroundings time and time again in the past. Information from historical sources and modern earthquake catalogs show that there were at least 12 earthquakes with a magnitude of 6 or more in the past 1,000 years. The last major earthquake took place in 1976 in northern Italy, Northria, what I have been talking about yesterday, I guess. Maybe, maybe not. Followed by 2 aftershocks with magnitudes greater than 6 within a few months. This Friuli quake claimed 989 lives and injured 2,400 people. About 45,000 left homeless as a result. Although the extent of damage for historical events can sometimes be difficult to estimate, it is likely that at least 3 of the quakes listed in the table caused more than 10,000 deaths. Earthquakes cannot be predicted. As the time series show, they also occur at irregular intervals. Therefore, we do not know when the next major earthquake will occur. A quake with a magnitude of 6 or more usually occurs every 50 to 150 years. Quakes with a magnitude of 7 occur about 10 times less often. Magnitude 6 to 7. Villach, Austria. Basel. Churwalden. This is a region at the moment of great interest. And I have to show you something. There is action in the Alps. 1 hour ago, 3.7. Depth under the epicenter is 5 kilometers. Other sources, 10 kilometers, 5 kilometers. Reports, 224 user reports. Olige margé, faibles échos de 1 second. Light shaking. Big and short shaking. Woke up in the bed. Yeah. It implies that you made it home. Sleeping and it woke me up. A violent 10-second burst. The whole building shook. Chamonix. Right. I was in the bed and just felt the whole building shaking and vibrating. I live in 4th floor. We feel with 3 persons more. Vertical feeling. A sudden jolt felt like a car or something heavy crashed into the hotel building. Then the hotel shook for a few seconds. We're on the 5th floor. We were woken up by shaking in our hotel. It felt like a truck had smashed into the hotel or something similar. I recognized this as an earthquake from previous experience. Yeah, experiences are the best teachers you will ever find. Standing in a room feeling like a vibration from a very heavy truck. Big enough to wake me up. Yes, so there is many people talking about this heavy vertical jolt. But so quick that the building jumped and rattled and nothing fell or moved much. Everything is stationary in our rental house. No swinging fixtures. A vertical jolt. Now I know that that's a region where we have many quakes. And let's just put 7 days on in order to get a bigger picture. And maybe I have to take a look at the site a little bit closer. In the meanwhile, you can count with him. It's counting the quakes for 7 days. You probably recognize this particular glacier because not too long ago I made a comparison between Iceland glacier Svinafjellskul and Muir de Glace in Switzerland. So that's a familiar region. Let's Grotte de Glace, that's an ice cave. Let's check out the quake location here on the map. Is there anything? There's a road. It is serpentining. Here we have, oh man, this serpentine-like feature, which might indicate that the region is rather steep. Trees fell over here. Maybe they got felled by someone. Here we have some dying trees. And I have no idea how old this picture is. And I have been talking about like glacier carrying mountains being volcanoes, cryptodomes. Or you could call them also cryptogeysers. Since we have several volcanoes on the world, on our world, on this very world, the only world we have, in which in the caldera is growing a glacier. Let me show this picture once again. I have to make once another one where others too. Mount St. Helens in USA, which is a volcano, which is growing the world's fastest growing glacier within its caldera. At this very moment still. We have White River, several around Mount St. Helens. We have Nalchik in Russia with the White Rivers. We have Montmaur in France, which is probably not too far away from this bigger quake's location. Walgau, Germany, Parma, Italy, Udine, Italy. White Rivers. White Rivers lead us ultimately to Mountainwater. So here has been the quake. 3.7, which maybe got downgraded as well. Do we have any White River? Check it out. It is white. It is very white. It's also red. Here are some redder spots, which might indicate we have some iron deposits there as well. Limestone and iron don't like each other. I got told by a Swiss glaciologist some days ago. Because I was asking something about another glacier. And I sent him this picture. The question I was asking was about Le Diablere Glacier 3000, where we had this fire on top of a glacier station. And here on the right, this is a picture I found on Google Earth with those red streaks here within the glacier. So I was asking this glaciologist from Switzerland, ETH Zurich. Yeah, it's the same, like we just watched in the beginning. Is there a possibility, or do you know anyone who knows about the glacier ice content? Because the only paper I found, they didn't check about iron at all. It wasn't just there. Because, and then he said that no, there shouldn't be any iron there because it's basically a limestone mountain. And then I just sent him this picture where we have the iron well. Iron well, which is known to many people in the region. Which, if you will look at the mountain, which is also limestone, and it's only 33 kilometers away from Glacier 3000. But the conversation ended because I didn't want to stress him too much. But he didn't agree. He didn't know. He said to me that I should ask someone else, but I didn't manage yet. So now once again, we have a rather big quake within the Alps. Here they don't say what it is. And I probably don't have time to dive now into that. This might be some water reservoir. I'm not sure. Could be. Chemin de la pierre. Road of the rock or stone. Pierre on rock. So again, once I just wanted to point out, I think it's very interesting. Yeah, there seems to be some egg. They always announce if there's an egg. Yeah. So now, about these. Is it possible, is there any possibility that there would be emerged some gas from the ground which kills the trees? Like we have water veins not too far from this quake. There might be more there exactly at the quake, but we just don't see them. Here's the quake. Here's the water vein. We have dead trees in the vicinity as well. And if we follow the water vein a few meters downhill, we will find a wide river, waterfalls, and whatever stuff. Red color, which indicates probably iron deposits. The water has gypsum appearance, or like it appears that it might contain a whole bunch of gypsum. Since we are talking about limestone, it would be only logic. A wide river. Now you can see everything almost. Quake, dead trees, wide river, ice cave, mountains. What else do we need? glaciers and such. Yeah, now it has updated. Let's zoom out a little bit. Because there has been some action in this very region recently. But 7 days might be insufficient in order to show you all of these. Now, I have been making videos about quakes in this very place. And now we have a bigger one. And I still think we have to expect some more action there going on. Whatever, flooding or more quakes, bigger quakes, rock falls, mudslides, all these kind of things have to be expected. In not too distant future. There has been another bigger quake 2 days ago. St. Moritz? Yeah. Water veins not too far. Lakes. And note, there is no water vein going in there, there's just one going out. Hence, it might be fed from below. But anyway, I think I leave it here. Mountainwater, Cryptodomes, Cryptogeysers, wide rivers. Andermatt. Yeah, action going on in the Alps. Very interesting. Thanks. Bye.